We've got quite a few people trying to get in here. We're going to let them through. We had someone try to join this morning at 6 a.m. I was like, oh boy, I hope they figure it out. They're a little bit early. I like the enthusiasm. I love the enthusiasm. A little too much. They were a little too early. So hopefully he'll come back in with us today.
There we go.
Has to be one of our East Coast friends. Okay, welcome everybody. If you're brand new to the Chiropractic Assistant Mastermind, welcome. Thank you for being here today. We do usually wait about 4 or so minutes to let everybody get logged on. There's a little bit of a time delay with Zoom when you welcome people in. So I'm currently welcoming people into the group. But one thing that we're going to start with, that we start every mastermind with, is what are you celebrating this week in practice? What are your wins? And so you guys can go ahead and start thinking about that, writing that down. This is your chiropractic assistant training first Tuesday. So get ready, start thinking about what your wins were. You could put it in the chat, the comment box. What are you doing that's working really great to help other CAs here in the group? What have you taken from your last session with me and implemented that's really made you grow and really brought the practice to a new level? So start taking notes on those things as people are joining in. What are you celebrating this week? What's working in practice?
Leslie.
Okay, so as more teams are logging on, let's go ahead and jump around and share. So anybody that wants to jump on and share, what are you celebrating this week? What are you celebrating this month in practice? What have you done? What are you doing that's really working to start the new year strong? So who wants to jump in and share first? We won't have time to hear from everyone today, but a couple groups. So whoever's the most excited, take yourself off mute and share what you're celebrating.
Hey, hi Leslie.
Hi, how are you?
Here's our new staff, Leslie. She's on the teletraining today.
Oh, perfect. Hey,
Yes.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We had last month, I think we had about 49 new patients. And we did it was awesome. So we did a great, it was a big month, and we wound up doing a gift of health from starting in December. You know, it was a gift of health throughout the whole month of December. And then all the new patients are still coming in now. We have a couple more this week filtering in, but it was great. So we did really well. And I've been enjoying doing your rapid fire for the pre-huddle. We've been doing the pre-huddle.
Yes.
And doing the rapid fire and going through all the different people that, you know, who do we need to collect from, or who do we need to ask for referrals from their children or whatever, but it's been good. So that's been really good.
Awesome. Thank you. That's so exciting. I love that. And that's the gift of doing a special. So if you didn't do that in December, it's not too late. Valentine's Day is coming up. So the gift of love, the month of love, run your special now and then enjoy those 47 new patients, you know, this coming month or the next 2 months, because you usually do, when you do those gifts, you usually do get new patients for 2 months. So throw something together really quick. We don't need to overthink it. You know, great new patient gift. If you want more new patients, create an opportunity for more new patients to come in. Absolutely. And then I love that. And then the rapid fire thing that he's talking about, those of you that weren't there with us on our pre-shift huddle training, that is really quick rapid fire in the pre-shift. You go through every single name and set a specific intention for that patient. That way the whole team has laser sharp focus going in, and it's really powerful. It's intentional. Nothing slips through the cracks. And sometimes your intention is really just to love and appreciate someone, you know, acknowledge them for being a great parent or dedicated to their health. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, a payment or something like that. But those things obviously need to be taken care of during the pre-shift as well. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Let's hear from a few more teams. What have you implemented that's working? What are you celebrating? Even if you're brand new, you can still share.
I'll go.
Yes. Hey, Chris.
All right. So one of the things that we're implementing is what was it, John? Yeah, John was talking about like giving that gift. We're actually implementing with February, the Love Pass, where it's like our normal like chiropractic passes, but now they're a discount and we only have a set number amount. So it's like these are going and they're going fast, and we have like 10. And like every time we give one out, we cross out the numbers. So it gives like a sense of urgency because we only do this once a year. And those are the ones that are like, all right, you're getting a big discount to come on in. So like you really have to use this. And
Yeah.
like the last day is like 2 days after like Valentine's Day. So it's like it's that or nothing. And then next week we're gonna be doing like a candy heart game where we're guessing how many like candy hearts are in a jar. And like every time, like if someone gives like a Google review or things like that, like they start writing it up.
Oh, that's awesome. So when you say you cross off, do you have it like on a big board? Like it'll say 10 and then 9, 8, so they can actually visually see the countdown?
Yeah, we have the two TVs, the one in reception and one in the treatment room. So they're constantly cycling through like fun information, testimonials, like x-ray of the week, referral of the month, patient of the week, things like that. And of course, we'll have other news like whether it's the weather or we're going to be open on this day or yada yada. But we have that. It's like it's the Love Pass. Like we only got this many left.
I love it. And how easy would that be? You could literally print something out online right after this call, write it on your board, and in 10 minutes have this Love Pass and get 10 more new patients today or this week. That's awesome. 20, 30. You could even have like the candy hearts in a jar, guess how many, and then you have a prize, that they win. Maybe it's a gift of a completely complimentary new patient visit for a loved one, the gift of health for Valentine's. So, I love it. These are great. So good. Okay, let's hear from one more team, then we'll dive into our training today. Who else has something exciting to share? How have you grown? TCB, Cameron, Brenda, Christy.
I'll go. So we recently started partnering with a gym that's across the street. And so we have been advertising some of their stuff in our office. And then we are doing monthly posture screenings at like a really busy time. And so in like, I think 20 minutes, we got 3 new patients right off the bat from that. And so that was really cool.
That's so powerful. I love it. What is your best, or maybe you have a few one-liners or things that you say in the posture screening that convert someone to actually come in?
Yeah, like, are you saying to grab someone's attention to come to our table, or like once they've like?
Oh, give us
they've,
both. One of each.
Okay.
One of each. Yeah. How do you get them to come in and do the screening?
Yeah, so we're posted up right near the door, and we just ask, have you ever been checked for subluxation? And a lot of times they don't know what that word means. And so they'll be like, what? And so we'll just explain a little bit about that, the effects that has. And so then when we are actually in the posture screening, we have this chart that talks about all the different nervous systems, like where it connects to different organs and how that affects them. And so we're looking at their health survey that they fill out. And we're like, okay, so you're experiencing some of these things. One, that's not normal. Sorry you're dealing with that. And then did you know that your spine actually has a huge impact on that? And so and most of the time they don't know that. And so we get to explain that. And we're in the gym, we're like, yeah, we can help you have healthier, more efficient workouts. So would you want to do that? Our offer is great. So
awesome.
Yeah.
You've got your irresistible offer, you connect it to them. That's so great. I love it. We have a whole training on that coming up in our weekly series on posture screenings. For anyone that's interested, or reach out to this amazing gentleman here, because what he's doing obviously works. 3 patients in 20 minutes. Those are some solid numbers. Those are some of the better numbers I've seen for posture screening. So that's awesome. Very cool. Who else wants to share? What are you celebrating? What's working? What have you learned from a training in the past that you've implemented and it's helping get more people under chiropractic care? But yeah.
We're starting to do monthly themes this year. I put that in once we got our intention sheets online. Now I'm seeing how important those are, but yeah, so this month is February, so it's a love month. We're doing a raffle for a local like farm to table restaurant. So we're having $100 gift card for that for any reviews. So it could be Google, it could be Facebook, it could be Yelp. If you do all 3, you get entered 3 times. So we're just kind of promoting it as, you know, spread the love, tell your chiropractic story, and we'll be ending that in February 14th. So gotten a lot of people from that. And then next month in March, it's going to be another theme for referring a friend or referring family member month. So we're going to do lucky charms for each of your loved ones or family members. Those are going to be like those discount cards that Chris is talking about. So we've actually been trying to think ahead and actually make plans for each month for marketing, whether it be external or internal months.
That's awesome. I love it. The lucky charms. It's cute. I've also seen people getting ready with lotto tickets. Like they have a raffle to win like lotto tickets and there's a little gold bucket, you know, and it's just a fun way to really build community. And then also you always make sure you link things back to health, either supporting your power partners like you guys are doing. I love that. What I love about your office is you guys are always really congruent with your lifestyle and health. So their giveaway, although it's not specific to chiropractic, it's a healthy farm to table restaurant, you know, so they're always promoting healthy lifestyle. So that's really important. It always like pains me when I go into an office and there's like a candy basket at Halloween, you know, or all these things. And it's like, okay, you know, maybe a little bit sometimes, but people are looking to you guys as really health experts and to learn how to live. You know, so if they see someone at the front desk drinking a Pepsi, they're going to think that's okay because they do that at the chiropractic office, you know, and I know most of the offices here don't do that, but I just wanted to give you some acknowledgement, Deanna, because I love how your office is always so aligned with health and everything you do, every decision you make, the way that you support your patients to also have other health resources, the power partners you pick, the local yoga studio, you know, all these different things. It's really, really awesome. Okay, so raise your hand if you've already gotten something great from this call. We haven't even gotten into the lesson, but just learning from each other. Raise your hand if that's you. Awesome. Me too. Me too. So that's really the power of the mastermind and the power of us meeting together and uniting as chiropractic assistants. And I know we have some chiropractors on here as well. Because we can get further faster together. So I really want to encourage you more than ever, when you do these amazing things, when they're successful, share them and be generous with your shares. Those of you that are on the weekly and part of the group online, share like your templates, you know, so Deanna, Chris, you know, if you have templates for your love certificates or those kinds of things, share them in there so other CAs could literally just print them out or change the logo and print them out. Like, let's help each other out and make our jobs really easy. We are each other's #1 resources as chiropractic assistants. So I'm excited about that. I think we have everyone we're going to let in for today here. So today's call is all about the new patient phone call. So those of you that have been with me for multiple years, you know I only cover this thoroughly about once a year. Like, yes, we'll answer questions about it in the Q&A, but we only go through the full training in detail one time a year. So even if you're not the person that answers phones, or you don't currently answer phones, or maybe everyone's really well trained on it, I still really encourage you, take notes, record, do whatever you can do, flag this rewatch so that when you need to train someone on the new patient call, or, you know, God forbid, your front desk person has to go to the bathroom, you'll be able to jump in, answer the call with confidence, and handle it with ease. So, what I'm going to share with you is the structure that I've found works really well. And what I did in practice, there are going to be some little nuances that will be different for your office. So, I'll just share, I do have a video recording of me on a new patient phone call. I wanted to show you guys that today, just so you can see tip to tail. So, in the recording specifically, that's just how I did it in practice. So certain things will be a little bit different. Before we jumped in, I wanted to share with you the 10 things that I like to keep in mind in every new patient phone call. So this is kind of like your new patient phone call checklist. And I think what I'll even do today, let's see, do we have everyone in here? I think I'm going to go ahead and do the screen share. So can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So we'll do this little screen share here. I'm going to leave it in edit mode just so that I can see you as well on the side. If I put it on full screen, then I can't see your frames. So here are the 10 things I like to keep in mind in every new patient phone call. So here's what you're going to cover. The first thing is the wow first impression. So they used to say about 10 years ago that a first impression was made in 8 seconds. Now they're saying it's even less. So sometimes it's rapid fire in like a second or 2 seconds or 3 seconds that people get their first impression of you. So they're really going to decide on this call if they're picking your doctor as their doctor. This decision is usually made before they even meet your doctor. So that's why it's so important that every new patient call, you've got this wow first impression. I think Disneyland status. You want them to be thinking, what's going on over there? I want to be part of it. They're so friendly. They have so much energy. So you're really representing health. So one thing I would always do is before answering the phone, like make sure your body's been moving. So if you've been sitting, like make sure to stand up, turn around, jump around, whatever you need to do, sit down and then answer the call. Now, most of you are probably running around anyway, so you have to like run to get the phone. So this works well for you. Or you have standing desks, which are a little bit more of an ergonomic option. So just make sure that your energy's up. And make sure you have the mindset going in like this person is about to change their life forever. I like to think of my favorite patient or my favorite patient story. And I'm going to stop my screen share actually so I can see all of you because I can only see a few of you. So I like to think of my favorite patient story and, maybe the patient that came in that was hurt or wounded or scheduled for surgery, and now they're living this free, abundant life. So think of a story that really resonates with you. And if you're new and you don't have one, ask your doctor, like, tell me the story of a patient that touched your life. Or, ask your team members, what patient story has really touched your life the most since you started working here? And think of that when you're answering the call. Like, this is a divine encounter of this person. So many steps had to lead to them even calling your office. Isn't that true? Like they had to decide at some point they were going to see a chiropractor and then Google or whatever, look at the reviews, pick yours, call yours. Maybe they called someone else, they didn't answer, didn't like them, and then call yours. So many things had to line up for this moment now, for your phone to just ring. So many things led to that. So knowing that, like this is meant to be, it's not a matter of if they're going to be a patient, it's a matter of how. And making it easy and quick for them to come in and see the doctor. Your mission is always for them to come in and see the doctor. So just keeping that in mind, the excitement of health. Another thing I think about before answering is the feeling when I get off the adjustment table, that, that amazing feeling of life-giving energy going through you. Answer with that enthusiasm. So they know like this place is different. I want to be part of this. What's going on over there? Okay, so step number 2 to the 10 steps is you're just going to have an exceptional tone every time. So make sure to have your smile voice. You can hear the difference. So check this out, guys. Everybody here, play along with me quickly. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes twice. Do you guys agree to play along? Yes?
Yeah.
Show of hands, you agree to play along. Okay, thanks. So, and if you're not joining us by video, please join by video. We'd love to see you. Okay, so I'm gonna say, close your eyes, and I'm gonna answer a phone call, and then we're gonna do it again, and I'm gonna answer a phone call again, twice, and you're gonna guess which time I was smiling and which time I wasn't, was saying the exact same things. You guys ready? Okay, so close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. And I know some of you are on mute. That's okay. But on the count of 3, say ring, ring. 1, 2, 3. Ring, ring, ring. It's a
Ring, ring.
wellness choice. This is Haley, and I can help you. Okay, now another time. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Ring, ring. Thank you. I got one. It's a great day at Wellness Choice. This is Haley, and I can help you. Okay, open your eyes. Which one was I smiling? Hold up a 1 or a 2. 1 or a 2. Which one was I smiling? 1 or 2? Mostly ones. We've got 1, 2. I kind of accidentally smiled a little on the second one, but the first one was a big smile. So you guys are right. The first one was the big smile, and then I accidentally smiled on the second one. But you could even just tell the difference in the smile tone, and that's why it's so important. So they say in communication, the words that you're saying are 7% of all communication. 7%, that's it. The body language that you have is 55% of communication, and your tonality is 38%. So what that means is you actually have a huge disadvantage on the phone, right? Because the words you're saying, that 7% is your main mode of communication. So you're going to want to be animated, use your body language, use your flexion of your tone flexion, and exaggerate it big time, so that they feel that communication coming through the phone. Have you guys noticed the difference when you do this? Like if you answer in a hurry and you're kind of not paying attention versus being completely present and excited. Who's noticed the difference in how smooth the call goes? It goes smoother, right? And you know, like they're meant to be here. They're going to come in. So step number 2, exceptional tone every time. Step number 3, determine if they're a new patient. This one's easy. Are you a new or existing patient, you would say. Another thing that I like to always ask, once I've heard that they're a new patient, I always ask, is this appointment for you or your entire family? And so that way they may end up booking their family. They may not. They may just say, oh, it's just for me. That's fine. The cool thing is you've planted the seed and set out the intention that their whole family is going to be under care. And now they know that that's a thing in your office. So once they come in, as you guys know that have been in chiropractic for a while, of course, they're going to sign up their family. But that way you've planted the seed on the very first call and future pace them toward that. And then you're going to always complement the referral source. So I asked them right off at the beginning, what's your name and how did you hear about us? So once I know they're a new patient, what's your name? How did you hear about us? Regardless of how they heard about us, we're going to complement it, right? Oh, Jenny. Well, Jenny's a phenomenal patient. We've gotten life-changing results with her. So hopefully we can help you too. Yelp. Oh my gosh, we're a resource center for optimal health and wellness in our community. For that reason, we have so many great testimonials on Yelp. I'm sure you've seen those. So hopefully we can help you too. Or mornings or afternoons better for you. So see, it doesn't even matter. Let's say you're new and it's like somebody and you're like, is that a patient? Is that the doctor's mom? I don't know, or a name and you don't know. You could just say, that we're a resource center for optimal health and wellness in our community. For that reason, we have people refer to us all the time. They've gotten extraordinary results. So hopefully we can help you. So notice I'm complementing the referral source, but I'm also touching on their results, that the results they're getting are incredible. And I'm giving them hope by saying, hopefully we can help you. But I'm not guaranteeing results. We never want to guarantee results over the phone just because we're not the doctors. Even though I know, we all know, of course, their life's going to change, but we're still not going to guarantee results. So get in the habit of saying, hopefully we can help you. Oh, you know what? I've seen Dr. Chris help so many patients with headaches and they've gotten extraordinary results, or, he specializes in this or that. So hopefully we can help you too. So make sure that they know and have a lot of hope and a lot of certainty in that hopefully you can help them, but we're just not guaranteeing. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. And then I always like to sneak in a doctor compliment whenever I can in these calls. So my favorite place to do that is really what I just did with the symptom. If they give you any sort of symptom, first make sure you notate it because that'll be helpful for your doctor. So put it in the notes. And then also, whatever the symptom is, our doctors help people with low back pain all the time. Our doctors help people with high blood pressure, whatever their symptom is, so hopefully they can help you too. So just for fun, just for kicks, we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on number 5, compliment the doctor. Grab your pen and paper. And I want you to write down 3 to 5 compliments for your doctors in your practice. And think along the lines of what makes them unique and different. So if they have any specialty, Webster certified, CBBs or networks, but like any sort of specialty, that counts, right? So any sort of specialty, what's great about them? He's been in practice for 47 years. That would be something that could be really impressive. Time span, he spends his weekend traveling the globe to stay up to date on the latest techniques and spinal biomechanics. Does your doctor travel and go to seminars? That is something that is really powerful. And then also, most importantly, just who they are. I may say something like, oh, you're going to love Dr. John because he genuinely cares about what's best for his patients, right? Who agrees that that's true about Dr. John? all the chiropractors that are part of our office. It's true, right? Like that's what I love about chiropractic. The types of people that become chiropractors, like they just really care about what's best for patients. And wouldn't you guys agree now more than ever in history, people are so sick of like going through the medical system and feeling like a number and getting shuffled through like cattle. So to actually hear that from the front desk on the phone, like this doctor cares about what's best for me, and if you have someone that has a lot of hesitation or a lot of fear, you could even take it a step further and say, he specializes in getting to the root cause of the problem. And if he can't find it, he knows someone that can, so give them certainty in this if they're in a lot of pain and fear, because you guys have amazing networks of other people in healthcare if you needed to refer out. And that's another good one. She specializes in getting to the root cause of the problem. Not only do symptoms get better, but our patients stay better. They stay healthy for life. Not only does their back pain go away, but they're able to, with our help, maintain that healthier version of themselves for life. So see, there's lots of different ways to compliment your doctor. Number 6 is just make it personal. So like, let's say, for instance, you're a chiropractic biophysics office and you have a pregnant woman calling in. You don't need to say like all this stuff, in the call or the tour about spinal correction. It's kind of irrelevant to that patient at that time, so make it personal to her, oh, it's so great. We love seeing babies here, and our moms that get adjusted during pregnancy, they have much smoother births, or they've noticed such a difference, in their birth or their comfort level in pregnancy. So just make it personal. Any information they give you, you're going to use that to personalize the call and then also personalize the tour as well. And what number are we on? Hold up your fingers. Are we number 6 or number 7? Let me see.
7 now.
6, 7, 8. Got a lot of different numbers up in the air. Okay. So the next one is keep the conversation short and to the point. So I know every time we train on this, I go into elaborate detail. That's just to make sure you have all those bullet points that you're going to want to cover real time. You'll see in my recording, it's like 2 minutes, tip to tail, 2.5 minutes, the whole call. So you're covering all these points. Always, no matter what question, what objection they have, you handle it and then follow up immediately with, are mornings or afternoons better for you? Are mornings or afternoons better for you? Are mornings or afternoons better for you? Like that's practically the whole call, is always bringing them back to booking their appointment. So no matter the question, no matter the objection, answer it. Are mornings or afternoons better? Oh, that's a great question. We work with many insurances. I'm happy to take your insurance information in a moment. We can check that out. Are mornings or afternoons better for you? Or first, let's get you scheduled. Are mornings or afternoons better? So you're like eyes on the prize, and your mission is getting them in. Keep it short, keep it to the point. You do not need to go into detail about care and all these different things. Even if you know the answer, a lot of times you're going to be saying, that's a great question for the doctor. Or I'll definitely let the doctor know your concerns. He'll be aware of those when you come in. I'm putting that in the notes here for the doctor. Because some people will want to like go into their pain story or tell you lots of details. That's really not necessary at this time. This time is about them coming in, and then we can take it from there. So keep the conversation short and to the point. Use superlatives. Who knows what those are? Shout them out. If you know some, great, fantastic, phenomenal, extraordinary. So whatever your favorite spicy words are to flavor it up a bit. I used to live for a very, very short period of time, thankfully. I lived in Orange County in Southern California, really close to Disneyland. And, Disneyland's little claim, or their little like phrase is, it's the happiest place on earth. So I remember I needed to get some auto work done to my car, and they answered the phone when I called them. They're like, oh, whatever it was, Sears Auto Parts, or, Sears Auto Parts, the happiest place on earth. How can we help you today? And even though I was in a situation where my car needed help and I was really grumpy, it completely cheered me up because they were just saying the happiest place on earth, and they were using these exciting, flavorful words. So seeing how we can do that, I always like to answer, it's a great day at, and then your practice name, I think is a really nice way to answer, instead of, I like to say, I can help you on the phone, no matter what, so it's a great day at Wellness Choice. This is Haley, and I can help you, rather than how can I help you? Oh, okay. This is like a total nitty gritty, but I have to just bring it up if that's okay. Not what was your name? What is your name? So that's what I've noticed for some reason on these calls. Okay, who has noticed this? When your front desk answers the phone, or when you do, you're like, what was your name? Like, it's still their name, guys. It's still their name. What is your name? Super teeny, but some people that'll really bother them, and they'll not want to come in because of it, possibly. Okay, maybe just me. So, and then you're going to guide the conversation toward a consultation. Always guide the conversation toward the consultation. And then, of course, you're going to handle any pricing questions. So I also have the most common objections I've seen. I'm going to put you back on the screen share so you guys can see here. And make sure there's no one in the waiting room. I mean, at this point, if they're in the waiting room, I don't think we should let them. I don't know, we'll vote, but I don't think they should come in midway. Okay, so can you see my screen? Yes.
Yep.
Okay. These are the most common objections that I've seen when training, or like some rendition of these. So if you have any that aren't included, definitely let me know, because we want to make sure that you feel super confident handling any objection you could possibly get on the call. And also, objections are good. Like, I used to kind of freak out and pause when people had objections, but objections are questions. And then it gives us the opportunity to answer their questions, educate them, make them feel more confident about their decision to come in. So it's really like a beautiful thing. Now it's exciting to get these objections. So do you take my insurance? So for instance, where we were a cash practice, we did cash only, but we did provide super bills for people. So raise your hand if that's the case in your office, or cash, or mostly cash. I just want to get an idea of the audience, but you provide super bills. Raise your hand. If you're not joining by video, you can still raise your hand with an emoji. Okay, I'm checking it out here. Okay, so we have like a good handful of cash practices. So what I would do for cash would be, we work with many insurances. We'll do a complimentary insurance verification, and let you know any coverage that you have when you come in. Then I'd get their information on the call, check in, give the coverage to the doctor. She'd go over it. with them when they came in. And then we would always let them know, they pay out of pocket and all that. Okay, this is too much detail. Sorry, I got excited. Basically, the point is we don't want to get hung up on details of insurance on a new patient phone call. So the best thing you can do is, we take insurance, whatever your situation is, I'm happy to do a complimentary insurance verification, and then either have them email it or get the insurance info, whatever your process is for that. But make sure you're not like sitting there verifying insurance on the phone or giving them information, because we really just don't want to distract them from their health and distract them from coming in. And even if you are going to do insurance stuff or pricing questions, if you can get them to the end of the call and have them book first, I think it really sets the pace of like your health is the top priority, then money. Like that's the way we handled it in the office. So that's why I would just do it that way. I'd be happy to do a complimentary insurance verification. First, let's get you scheduled for your appointment. Our mornings or afternoons better for you. Of course, do what you're comfortable and confident doing. That's just the way I like to do it because it's like setting the standard. We book first. Okay, then how much will my first visit be? Raise your hand if you do complimentary consultation where they can come in for a consultation. Okay, 1, 2, keep your hands up, 3, 4, 5, 6. A lot of us. Okay, cool. So if that's you, that one's easy. The initial consultation's completely complimentary. If they have further questions, you can say once the doctor evaluates you, understands your condition, she'll make recommendations at that time. Can I get adjusted when I come in? Oh, this is a good one. Raise your hand if you're adjust on the first day. Keep your hand up if you adjust on the first day. If you adjust on the first day, keep your hand up. One office. Okay, so most of us here don't. So if that's the case, you could just simply let them know, I'll definitely let the doctor know that you're requesting an adjustment and put it in the notes so they can address that right away. And then that's something the doctor will determine when they come in. Whether you always do or you sometimes do, you sometimes don't. It's just another thing that I don't really like to guarantee because we don't know the specific situation yet. So just simply, I'll let the doctor know you're requesting an adjustment, put it in the notes, let them know. If they have a lot of questions, I only want to come in if I get adjusted, and they don't usually do that, you could say that, I don't usually see the doctor adjust on the first day, but I'm going to put that in the notes and let him know that you're requesting that. I don't want x-rays. Who gets this question? Who does x-rays almost every time where you've never seen your doctor not do x-rays? We got a lot of hands flying up for that one. So we will handle that today. This one, same thing. I'll let the doctor know. It's so simple. Because remember, the point is to book them for the new patient consult. I'll definitely let the doctor know you don't want x-rays. And then in that pre-shift huddle, you let him know Jenny's coming in. She has low back pain. She said on the phone she doesn't want x-rays. But I bet after her consultation, she'll probably be open to it, So they don't know what they don't know yet. So simply, I'll definitely let the doctor know. How much is an adjustment? Who gets this one? All the time. Who handles pricing on the phone and who doesn't? So raise your hand if you've been taught to answer pricing questions on the phone. 1, 2, 3. Okay, raise your hand if you've been taught not to answer pricing questions on the phone. 1, 2. Okay, cool. Well, we got like 3 yeses, 3 no's from what I could see, and the rest I'm not sure what's going on there. So if that's the case, you could always go back to what your initial offer is. The initial offer is completely complimentary, or the initial consultation. And then the doctor will make recommendations. Another thing that you could say that I really like is, our care here is completely customized to the unique needs of each patient. So first, the doctor will evaluate you, understand your condition, and make recommendations at that time. And then I like this, and if this isn't the case in your practice, I would highly recommend making it the case, being able to say, and this is the person that has like 3, 4 pricing questions and keeps asking, being able to say, we'll always let you know pricing before services are rendered. We'll always let you know pricing before services are rendered. Because that's the main thing they want to know, right? They don't want to leave with like a surprise bill, although that is the case at most medical facilities. So it's not like the worst thing if that's the way that it works in your office. So if that's true, if you always let them know, then have that one liner as a fallback for people with lots of pricing questions. Okay, so we have somebody in the chat. I thought they had a question. Any questions so far? I know that was packed full of information. Questions so far or objections you get that you'd like me to handle, or advice from the group on how to handle specific new patient call objections? No? Do you guys want to see it in action? Real time? Okay, let's do it. Okay, I think before we sit and watch some TV, we should all stand up and move around a little bit. Stand up, shake it out a little. I'm in Airbnb right now, not my regular office, if you're wondering what's going on back here. Get your energy flowing. Take some breaths. Remember, the person that's coming in is about to change their life forever and their family's life. So look at the one as many when you answer these calls. Think about their family, everyone they know is going to be a patient here. It takes a lot of pressure off of, oh my gosh, I have to book this one person. If you're thinking about their whole support system, they're all going to come in, you have that confidence, then it becomes really easy for them to become patients. Okay, so my doctor was Dr. Nona before we both retired. Just kidding. Before we both went into coaching full time. So here's the video. Can you guys see this? Is the Zoom in the way? Can someone take me off or yourself off mute?
Good. Yeah.
Are the Zoom frames blocking the screen, or is that just on my end?
Yeah,
No,
just
you can't
me.
see people.
me.
Okay, well, I can see you, but I don't think you can see me.
I can see them.
Okay, so we decided to make these little videos of what we did in the office. So I wanted to share this one with you today.
It's a great day at Wellness Choice. This is Haley and I can help you.
Hi, I'd like to make an appointment for my bad back.
Your bad back? We help people with bad backs all the time here at Wellness Choice, so hopefully we can help you too. What is your name and how did you hear about us?
My name is Ardavan, and I heard from you from Dr. Fred.
Oh, Dr. Fred, he is a phenomenal patient and he has received many life-changing results. So hopefully we can help you too.
Sure.
Ardavan, are mornings or afternoons better for you?
Afternoons are great, but do you guys take my insurance?
We work with many insurances. I'd be happy to take down your insurance information and do a complimentary insurance verification. First, let's get you scheduled for your appointment. It looks like we have a 4 o'clock that just opened up for tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, that works.
Excellent. 4 o'clock.
Can I get an adjustment the same day?
I'll certainly let the doctor know that you're requesting an adjustment the same day.
Okay. And how much does it cost?
The initial consultation is completely complimentary. Once the doctor evaluates you and understands what's causing your condition, she will make recommendations at that time.
Okay, and is it okay if I don't want x-rays?
Absolutely. I'll let the doctor know.
Okay.
And may I have your insurance information, the provider, and the number on the front of the card?
Sure. It's Kaiser, and the number is 225-0085.
Excellent. And what is your date of birth?
8/4/1972.
And may I have your email address?
Sure, it's artjavid@mychiropractice.com.
Excellent. Ardavan, I'm going to send you over our new patient application form. We
Okay.
ask that you fill that out prior to your appointment and bring it in with you tomorrow. If you are unable to do so, go ahead and come in about 15 minutes early and we'll have a copy of that paperwork for you here.
Okay.
Excellent. So you're all set for tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I look forward to meeting you then.
Likewise. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
The very first time that the patient is calling the office is the first impression that they're going to have of our office and our team members. So it's extremely important that you have a big smile on while you're talking, even though they can't see you, your smiling voice will come through. This is not a friendly first impression. It's really a wow first impression. So it's extremely important that you practice that on day-to-day basis when you are picking up the phone, especially with a potential new patient. You'll want the patient to feel like, what's going on over there? There's a lot of energy over there. They're having a great day. They're asking me how they can help me in a very friendly way, and they're willing to make it work for me. Once you determine that that's a new patient that is calling, you'll want to complement the source of referral. So you'll want to find out where they came from and how they were referred to us. You'll also want to fit in a compliment for the doctor as well as soon as you have a symptom. So I'll tell you how that works. But as soon as they call, you determine that they're a new patient, you'll ask them, how did you hear about us? And they'll tell you, Mary referred me to your office. As soon as you hear a name, you will definitely let them know that Mary was a phenomenal patient and she had gotten great results with us, life-changing results with us. And hopefully we can do the same for you. And the patient over the phone might say, yes, I have some headaches, or I have some asthma, or I have some allergies. And so as soon as they give you a symptom, this is a great place to plug in a compliment for the doctor. You're going to love the doctors here at Wellness Choice. They help people with allergies and asthma all the time. So hopefully this is something that they can help you with. You'll want to keep the conversation short, and you'll want to guide the conversation towards booking that initial consultation. In our office and in the elite systems, we never give pricing over the phone. These questions might come up. How much does it cost for my first visit? Which is obviously why we offer the complimentary initial consultation. You will let them know that there are going to be no surprises if that's something that they have questions about. And as soon as the doctor sits down with you and has a little bit more information, determines what kind of an exam she's going to do or he's going to do, and if there is a need to take x-rays or what she needs to do to move forward with you, then she will let you know at that time. If the patient is concerned.
Okay, awesome. So we're gonna pause it there because I want to leave some time for Q&A. So what questions do you guys have either about the call or anything else chiropractic? Again, we do have a theme for each call, but we also have open Q&A. So now's the open Q&A. Any questions you have, anything I can help you with, anything you want to train on, let me know. Just take yourself off mute and jump in, or questions about the call.
Hey, Haley.
Hi.
Hi there. Hi. Do you ever give the patient, do you're on the phone with directions to the office at the end? Ask them, do you know where office is located? Do you like directions, or is that not necessary anymore with Google, with Apple?
Sometimes it just kind of depends on the office and how hard your location is to find as well. If there is anything you feel like you need to tell them, you can include that. I also would have like a welcome email for them with that information, as well as the link to any paperwork. I think, I hear sometimes now people are saying like, go to our website, click on this tab and get the link to the paper. It's like, come on, like, can you just copy paste it, put it in an email? You know what I mean? Like, let's go the extra mile here and make that easier for them so that they can just click on it rather than having to bring them somewhere. So really whatever you can do to make the experience more user friendly and everything for them as well. So it doesn't hurt to ask, would you like directions to our office or our office address? It is less common now, but I definitely don't recommend not doing it. So yeah, that's a good question. Thanks.
Yep.
What else do you guys have for me today? Doesn't have to be about the call. Yes, Deanna.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
you're fine. Okay, I'll go ahead, sure. So a question on recalls, we've been doing those. And how would you handle the objection like, I've just been super, super busy? Or part of that also, what do you do? Sometimes they'll do that with that objection, but with other objections also of like, I'll call you back when I, get a chance to figure the schedule out or whatever. I've been super busy. I'll call you when I get a chance. How would you handle that?
Gotcha. Okay, good question. How does the beginning of the call go for you? Like, what do you say when they answer?
Some of them have been a little like, well, okay, I'm not the best at these. Sam, who was also on here earlier, she could speak to this too. But sometimes it's more like, hey, Dr. Mike, we wanted to call and check in with you. Dr. Mike wanted to see how you've been doing. Or it's been a while since we've seen you. We wanted to check in and see how you've been doing. Is like the start.
Awesome. And then what do they say? I'm trying to figure out the steps that lead to I'm busy or I need to check my calendar.
Yeah. So sometimes, yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing really well. It's like, okay, super. So switching to like getting them scheduled, sometimes I'll say like, it's been a while since we've seen you. Can I help you? Or like, I'd like to get you on the schedule. I'd like to get your next appointment
Okay.
scheduled.
Perfect. Thank you. That was collecting information. That's all the information I needed. Perfect. So I think that's actually the break in the chain is right before they say that is how we handle that. So there's a couple different ways to do it. Now, if they've only missed a couple visits or haven't been in for a month or something like that, I would say, I noticed you have 3 makeup visits, if before that they were coming in twice a month and they haven't been in a month and a half. I noticed you have 3 makeup visits available. Let's go ahead and get you scheduled for those. So that's going to be a lot easier for the shorter time for your recalls where they haven't been in for a long time. I love what you did, and I know we've trained on this before of, Dr. Mike wanted me to call and check in and see how you're doing, and they say, I'm fine, I'm great, this or that, then linking it back to health, we really want to, we're still close to the new year. So you could say something like, we really want to support you with your health goals this new year. When would you like to come in? When would you like to come in to get adjusted? So it depends on also offices. I know for you guys, you're really great at lifetime care. And once someone's reached optimal correction, they're maintaining for life. So this would be really unusual for them to not be coming in for maintenance. So most likely these inactive patients would either need to come back in for a re-exam if it had been a long time, maybe do some intensive care first and then go back to some sort of a maintenance, or maybe they would go right back to maintenance. So that's something too, you just have to figure out what's the system for that in your office. Like once they haven't been in for X amount of time, I schedule them for a re-exam versus I'm scheduling them for an adjustment. So you'll want to make sure that you and your doctor are on the same page with that as well. I think will be really helpful. And so, yeah, you can ask them, how are you doing maintaining your health is a really great question to ask too before, when you want to come in. How are you doing maintaining your health? Or I know when you came in, you came because of back pain. We want to help you make sure you don't get into back pain again. Or I know you came in because of headaches and then because of care, those were gone. So knowing a little bit of patient history, we want to make sure you're able to maintain those great results. And we haven't seen you in over a month. What's going on? Where have you been? Let's get you in as soon as possible. Or we're opening up some space this week for patients just like you that, hadn't gotten in. I know some people got a slow start to the new year, so we're opening up a little bit of extra space for patients just like you that have some catching up to do. So you're really going in with the assumption that they're going to come in for care and that mindset. And then if they really don't want to, and have like lots of objections, that's fine. That's great to check in with them. It's still progress. if they need to check their calendar, you can kind of tell when someone really does, or if they're just kind of BSing a little bit. Would you guys agree? You can tell the difference, you know? So if they do, if you feel like it's almost a lot, you know, you're not sure, you can say, you know, if you'd like, I can schedule for something tentative, and then you can check your calendar and give us a call back. Would that work for you? So giving them the option to just have a placeholder, you know, for them. These spaces do fill up really quickly. So this way we can at least have your spot reserved. And then if I need to switch around the time and day, I'll be able to do that. You know, or we're typically booked 2 weeks out. So let's go ahead and get you on the calendar with a tentative spot, then call back with your calendar and let me know. Or in other cases, you may just simply say, oh, that sounds great. When do you want to call back? I'll put it in my notes, you know. And then if they say tomorrow or next week, you know, then you can say, you know, and if we don't hear from you, is it okay if I call just to check in again on Friday? You know, if we don't hear from you tomorrow, is it okay if I call to check in on Friday? So you're just always getting the next step, whatever the next step is to them coming in. And maybe it's calling back in a month. I had that sometimes. I honestly, like, there are some patients on my recall for years, and I'd say, can I check back with you next month and see how you're doing? And then eventually they came in. So it's just really showing that we care and we love them. Did that answer your question, Hannah? Yeah. Okay, cool. Who else has questions? Oh, Deanna, you had one.
Mine was more for the new patient class, getting them to come in, but also when is the best time to invite them? Is that like just day 2, or should I just do it day 1? I don't really know.
For your new patient class?
Mm.
Well, this is going to be different office to office. For you guys, I know in your case that it is like a kind of a soft requirement that they come to the class. So this is something that it seems, if I'm remembering correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys have them do their report of findings, and then they come into the class and they're invited to like bring a spouse or a health advocate. So in that case, I would do it. And you guys also have care plans. So I would do the class like after the first report of findings, before the care plan. So like before the big financial commitment is the short answer. If they're doing like big prepay or something like that, having the class first is really helpful. And then if you have that weekly class anyways, and your doctor or someone in your office is teaching a class to educate people on chiropractic, you do want to open that up to the community. Put it on Meetup, invite all your patients to bring in their friends and family. Like, why not? I know it's designed for new patients, and then they're meeting with the doctor like after or something along those lines, your financial person, but why not maximize that time? And what's really cool when you do this, I've seen it a lot, you opened it to the community, people come or they invite their friends, whoever goes to the workshop like before they're a patient, and then they go through their day one you'll see is really short. You'll be like, oh wow, they ended early because they're just already ready to sign up. You know, they're already ready to start care. They're pre-educated. So it's a really cool opportunity. If you have that, make sure to try to pack it every week, or have one new patient workshop a month that you open up to the community. So we're always looking for like, how can we maximize the doctor's time? It might be something as simple as moving the little face paper trash can slightly closer to the table, you know, or wiping it down for them. Like, how can we make less steps and maximize their time? So I'm glad you brought up the new patient workshop. Who has a new patient workshop? 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Awesome. Did that answer your question? Was that helpful? Yes. Who's gotten value out of today? Give me some thumbs ups or some hearts. Okay.
Your heart.
Thank you. So what I'm going to do in about a minute here is I'll hang around for another 5. If anyone has questions about additional resources, additional support, we have like an awesome live chiropractic assistant event coming up, training videos, weekly trainings. So I know a lot of you have already part of that or have taken advantage of those resources. but I thought I've never really done that, like hung around after to answer questions. So I thought I would do that just till 5 after the top of the hour. So I'll do that in a minute. Before I do that, do we have one more question from the group in regards to training? Nope. Okay, cool. So I'll just hang out then if you guys have any questions about other resources for team training. And then if not, that we're great for today. Did you guys get what you came here for? Yes. Okay, cool. I'll see you next week or next month. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate all of you. Awesome. Okay, so I will dive in. If you have any questions, I'm just going to break down what's available for you. Those of you that decided to stay on, we do have our live immersion experience coming up. That's a 2-day event. This next one's in Las Vegas. So definitely take advantage of it if you haven't been to one. It's a 2-day intensive for chiropractic assistants. We go through everything tip to tail. I do believe we're almost sold out of that. It's coming end of March. And so if that's something that you guys were interested in, let me know. We also have, I know a lot of you that have stayed here are on the monthly and you join us once a month. If you wanted to join us once a week, that's available. Chris and Deanna are here weekly learning and growing. And I do see a huge difference in practice growth and like team consistency, team loyalty, all of that, a huge difference in the monthly versus the weekly support. You also have like your online Facebook group where I asked Deanne and Chris to share. Actually, since you guys are here, do you have anything you want to share about the weekly and like how it's valuable to you versus doing once a month?
I'll go.
Thank you.
Because we technically do both the weekly and the monthly with you.
Yes.
But definitely having the weekly is like, it keeps me consistent and like in focus just constantly. That repetition and consistency is just like, I know what to expect. I know I have my motivation. I always get great ideas. And like the monthly thing is like with the whole team, and like I'm actually gonna be seeing you again tomorrow, so it's even better. So it's like,
Wait,
it's just
that one's
constantly right there.
That's only for you guys. So Cairo Health Spa were my first clients ever. And they were, so I do meet with them privately once a month. That's different. I do meet with them once a month privately, which I can do on occasion. What I do now is just anybody that's part of the mastermind. If you need additional support, I'll meet with you privately as needed. So I do offer that. It's just a way that I can work with more people. But thank you for sharing. And it's cool because like what I've seen with you guys, both Chris and Deanna, is you're consistent in implementing these things. You know, you'll implement and then the next week come back with great results, and then implement and then come back with great results. So that was cool to see even today, all the things you guys have been doing. Thanks for sharing. So then the last thing is the video. Sometimes we get questions after I play a video. I do have those available. I think a lot of you guys already own them, but if you did want to have those available, there's 6 of them that go through. And it's cool because when you have new team members, you can literally say, here's phone call, you know, hit play. And I actually recommend for those specific things like phone call, tour, use my videos, other videos, but I actually recommend you also make your own training videos in practice with everything you do. So the best time to do that is when you have a new team member and you're showing them something. Maybe it's like, here's our scheduling software. Here's how you type in and schedule a new patient. Have them record it on their phone or your iPad, and then just upload it to your drive, your desktop, whatever. What's cool about this is those of you that have ever been a new CA or been new at a job, how much does it suck to have to ask your boss to show you how to do something again that they already showed you how to do it? Does anyone hate that feeling? Anyone besides me? Yeah. So wouldn't it be cool if you just recorded it the first time that they do it, and then you can go back and rewatch it as many times as you need? The other cool thing is if you organize these and save these for the office, then they're available in the future when you grow and you're training more people, or if you don't stay there for life, you have everything this new person needs. So then training looks like this. Here's how you schedule a new patient on software. Play. Okay, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Then you come back in 5 minutes. Okay, show me how to do it, or watch it 2 times when you're ready. Show me how to do it. So it really maximizes your time and your systems. So for that reason, for certain things that involve like more coaching, I do have training videos available. So if those are something you want, and definitely get in the habit of making your own training videos. Have you guys done that yet, Chris and Deanna, like recording certain things that you do? One yes, one no. Okay, so start doing that, because that'll be really important as you grow and bring more people in. That way you're not hand training each and every person on every single thing you do. You'll have those available. We do that. Me and my team do that as well. And it's so cool. Like the first time I trained somebody, it took months and months. And then after having the videos, it took 2 weeks. And they knew how to do everything, which is pretty cool. Now, I will say it takes a year to master the CA position, to really master it. So, but to learn the ins and outs, you can learn those pretty quickly if you can repeat videos. It also appeals to all learning styles. Okay, any last questions before we hop off? Nope. Okay, cool. I'm going to put my email address in the chat if you want access to any of the things I talked about today, or just keep it in case you have questions in the future. And then we'll end the call. It's info@inspiredpracticesolutions.com. Okay, cool. Thanks for being here. Have a great week, everybody. Great month. See you next time.